It's always a special thing when a president comes to visit.
In 1963, when President Kennedy came through and was shot, my mother was 12 years old. Now, when they heard that the president had been shot, they went straight to Parkland Hospital to show their support, and they heard that he had indeed died. And so, as I know it, we know that that moment in my mother's life, at least, was captured by a photographer.
Our assignment was to stay at Love Field and photograph them leaving. But obviously that didn't happen, so we heard from the waitress that Kennedy had been shot and was on his way to Parkland. Outside the emergency room, they announced that he was dead. And that's when the picture of Kathey happened.
And so that image has always stuck with us as being the assassination of President Kennedy. Oh, wow. 50 years later, across the world, in a chance encounter on a cruise ship, I encountered that, or met that photographer.
It's an incredible coincidence. Here we are 55 years later, floating around the South China Sea, and for the Kennedy thing to come up.
It's so more likely that we would have sailed and had no idea we sailed on the same ship together. I think that's way more likely than us actually meeting and realizing we were there together.
I got some reproductions of the pictures and signed them.
It's an interesting form of closure that I'm not sure we even knew that we needed. For me, it was quite nice. You know, this is something that was always a part of our life. We joke that in our house, you know, you had a picture of Christ, and then you had a picture of John F. Kennedy, and then you also had the front page of this newspaper laminated, and those were the things that were always there. And it just was the way that, you know, we were kind of brought up, that we were connected to this forever, to this photo.